and they live differently than we live because they've gotten they know the documents used. Please, this is still available. You can contact the same people that this DVD is from, and they also have this DVD available. I would highly recommend you get Secrets of the Elite and know exactly how these people operate. This is what Mr. Kirby was saying. America is a shadow organization. Now, the next statements of Mr. Kirby.
But you don't get the idea that they're thinking this is going to go on until 2017 or 18 or...
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I listened to Pachenik speak yesterday, and he said we don't have a year left. He said we have to get rid of Obama now. And he said I'm not advocating in any way, manner, shape, or form an assassination. But he said we need to remove this man lawfully and legally because our country does not have a year. Well, I'll tell you something. What Dr. Pachenik is speaking of is completely in line with what I'm hearing from people who command extreme wealth. So that's sort of what's in our near-term future. We're in big trouble here, Greg. We're in real big trouble.
And you think it unwinds any time? And I want to point this out very clear. You're saying, oh, you better be on standby for a calamity, a collapse. Is that what you're saying?
I do believe so.
And you think it'll unwind in the next 3-4 months?
I think when things unwind, Greg, they're going to unwind at lightning speed.
Are people going to lose their stock funds, their bank accounts, are they going to lose everything? Are some people going to lose everything?
I believe that and more.
What do you mean?
Literally, Greg, at the end of the day, I think there's going to be blood in the streets.
The statements that you just heard, I would hesitate to give, but he's correct. Everything that my sources have told me is exactly what you have just heard another person say. How long do we have? Our country does not have 1 year left. You heard it. I didn't say it. This gentleman, who probably has been in touch with one of the elite within maybe the last 24 hours, our country does not have a year left. And someone made the statement, get rid of Obama now or else. I didn't say that. He did. This is exactly what the elite are saying. A collapse at any time. Did you catch the words lightning speed? Do you realize that is just how fast the derivative market of over $1 quadrillion could collapse? What will people lose? You just heard him say. I've tried to explain this to you in my DVDs in the past, that you are at jeopardy. And what did he say? What can people lose? Number one, he said you can lose your bank account, you can lose your stocks, you can lose your funds, you can lose your insurance of all kind, you can lose your life insurance, you can lose your hospitalization insurance. He said there will be blood in the streets. I didn't say this. I'm glad this man said it. I am so happy that someone like this, with these credentials, would tell you the facts so that you don't have to say anymore, Lindsey Williams said this. But now that you can say someone else beside Lindsey Williams who knows the elite and talks with them are saying the same thing, if I may, I'd like to sum it up by saying, in light of what we have heard, what are you going to do? May I give just a few pointers? Get a gun and plenty of ammunition. Now, someone else said that. A judge said it. You saw it earlier. Secondly, please, I beg of you, if it's written on a piece of paper, it's worth the paper it's written on. I've tried to explain to you time after time after time over these years and years that the currency of the elite is gold and silver, and I don't care what it takes. Get every piece you can possibly get. It is the only thing that is going to maintain value when the paper currency falls. Your bank account is going to be lost. And when the derivative market collapses, there will be bail-ins. And if you haven't heard the word, please understand what it is. Do what the elite are doing. You heard it earlier. Mr. Kirby said they're buying every piece of gold they can find on the face of the earth. Decide on an alternative place where you can go if necessary for a short period of time. I'm not going to leave America. But my elite friend said to me one day, he said, Chaplain, you need to have a place to go if necessary, if it gets out of hand. If we have to use unusual methods, if we have to declare martial law, and if they can't bring in the New World Order peacefully, they will do it. And he said, Chaplain, you should have a place where, if necessary, you can protect yourself and a family for a few months until the dust settles. Food and water supply. You heard what the other gentleman had to say, who knows the elite better than I do right now. He's in touch with them every day. I'm just in touch with my friend when I can possibly get in touch. Food and water. It's a necessity. Not going to hurt. If you need it, you can't do without it. Most important of all, you must know Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, because only in Him can you find peace through the midst of these trying times in which we live.